Governor of Kerala, Sri Arif Mohammed Khan ji, Honorable Minister, Government of Kerala, Sri P. Rajiv ji, Ernakulam Member of Parliament, Sri B. Eden, Commanding-in-Chief of the Southern Naval Command, Kochi, Admiral M.A. Hampiholi, Director General, National Systems and Material, Dr. Samir V. Kamath, officers from Indian Navy, DRDO, BEL, Edavarkum Namaskaram. Putuvatsarabsa Kal. Happy English New Year to all of you. ಈ ಮನೋಹರമായ കേരളത്തിൽ എത്തിയതിൽ എനിക്ക് സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ഈ പ്രീമിയർ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് നിന്നു നിങ്ങളുമായി സംവദിക്കുന്നതിൽ ഞാൻ സന്തോഷവാനാണ്. I feel very happy to be here in this beautiful state and also this beautiful institute, and also to spend some time to understand what you are doing. What does it mean for the country, for the people, and also convey some of my thoughts to you all people. I am really pleased to visit Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory, NPOL, a premier R&D establishment of the Defense Research and Development Organization, and interact with you all today. Formed in the Southern Naval Command in 1952, NPOL later became part of DRDO in 1958. It will be celebrating, as it was told, its 70th year of inception in 2022. It's a matter of pride for the nation that during these last 7 decades, NPOL has established itself as a leading research and developmental center in the area of underwater surveillance systems. I'm told that NPOL developed sonar systems, which are the most critical equipment in the anti-submarine warfare, and have been fitted in all leading platforms of Indian Navy, including ships, submarines, and helicopters. The country's flagship technology achievement, the strategic submarine INS Arihant, also carries NPOL developed sonar systems. I understand that NPOL services to the nation started with the design and development of hull-mounted sonar systems for the Indian Navy's frontline frigates and destroyers. Today, NPOL has diversified its research and development to submarine sonars, airborne sonars, diver detection systems, and underwater communication systems. I'm happy to note that the state-of-the-art, the research and development facilities have been established, and many new technologies in electronics and transducers have been developed. With the NPOL emerging as a leading and high-performing R&D laboratory working in the area of underwater surveillance system, sonar systems developed by it are being used in India's Navy's frontline platforms for the last few decades, and many of them have entered into third and even fourth generation products. My dear sisters and brothers, I was elated this morning to visit INS Vikrant, India's first indigenously built aircraft carrier, and I was really very much impressed by the great scientific advancement done in collaboration with the Kochi shipyard. Navy and Kochi shipyard coming together has led to this technological marvel and realization of our nation's dream of an indigenous carrier. I was feeling proud and I visited that today morning. And we are moving towards realization of nation's dream of an indigenous career. I was glad to know that this is the 50th year of Cochin Shipyard in its human service for the nation. The carrier is also great, iconic for our drive towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and examples of coordination at all levels. I am sure this carrier will be a major boost to our defense preparedness on the seas. A strong navy is indeed a prerequisite for the nation's growth, and the construction of the aircraft carrier is a step in the right direction. My best compliments to Cochin Shipyard Limited, Indian Navy, and all other associated with the materialization of this dream. And it was totally indigenous. That is the greatness. Friends, you are all aware that India is strongly marching ahead, well on its way to becoming a global superpower in the coming decades. In defense, space, and other areas, our scientists from DRDO, ISRO, BARC, and other leading R&D organizations are doing excellent work in strengthening India's security. Strengthening India's security. India has no ambition of becoming a colonial power. Thousands of years of our Indian civilization, we believe in peaceful existence. We do not want to attack anybody. Our Shastras, our cultural traditions, our history are an indication of this, as was very neatly, ably explained by the Honorable Governor. We want to protect ourselves. We have seen what colonialism means, how it has destroyed various nations, stopped their timely growth, not allowing the people's aspirations. So India, its commitment towards peace, because we believe peace is the prerequisite for progress. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention and have the retention. You can merely have pretension. We have to understand that people's aspiration is to lead a happy life. Not wealthy life alone, happy life. That is possible if every nation commits itself for peaceful coexistence. Not only take care of its own interests, but also pass on the knowledge it has to others also. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. That really gives us this uniqueness. That's why we are focusing on our self-defense. And we also want to be self-dependent rather than importing from others. We are knowledge seekers as well as knowledge givers to others. That way, the country is focusing more on indigenous manufacturing. But it should be noted that our country is still one of the largest importers of defense equipment. In this context, the contribution of a small lab like NPOL in empowering the nation in its defense needs is truly commendable. I understand that the scientists here are working closely with the Indian Navy, frequently sailing with them in ships and submarines in order to gain a deeper insight into their requirements and offer customized solutions. This is advantageous in 4 ways. The complete know-how and know-way, especially in critical areas like oceanography and transducer material, remains exclusively with us, and no foreign player can enter into the market easily. Secondly, these systems can be upgraded periodically with improvements. Third, our scientists can address the problems of users in a quick and efficient manner, making maintenance and lifetime support of these systems easier. And four, most importantly, through indigenization of these systems, there will be a savings to the exchequer ranging from 20 to 75%. I am glad to note that NPOL has also built a strong relationship and a network with industry for carrying out its charter of duties. The lab has been synergistically working with public sector units like Bell, Ketron, and HMT, and is a key provider of technologies contributing to their improved financial performance during the recent years. I am told that NPOL has also nurtured more than 100 local industries, including MSMEs and startups, for developing niche technologies for underwater surveillance systems. Keeping in view the geopolitical scenario in our neighborhood, I believe NPOL's role towards national security is paramount, as all warships or conventional submarines in the fleet of the Indian Navy are installed with NPOL-developed sonars. Besides bringing in the socio-economic gains by stopping imports in this niche domain, NPOL has been able to master a very complex and critical technology that is giving a strategic edge to Indian Navy in anti-submarine warfare capabilities. I am also informed that currently the laboratory is working on an ambitious mission mode projects and technology demonstration projects, besides undertaking a major flagship program, the Integrated Maritime Surveillance Program for Indian Navy's future requirement for the next 15 years. NPOL is also expanding its work to play a critical role in establishing underwater domain awareness for the nation. Our mantra should be Atmanirbharata, to make India fully self-reliant in all areas, including strategic domains. For instance, we need to keep increasing our indigenous content in the defense sector and cut down all imports. To achieve that, we need to not only give greater thrust to R&D activities, but also allow private collaboration. However, it is possible and feasible with stringent quality controls. On this occasion, let me congratulate the 70th anniversary celebrations of NPOL. I am sure that NPOL will keep its flag soaring higher and higher by developing several critical technologies and provide solutions to the Indian Navy in protecting our long coastline. Today, as part of the government's Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations in connection with the 75th year of independence, NPOL is commemorating a great visionary, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who rose from a humble background to become a great defense scientist and finally people's president. I feel honored to dedicate Dr. Abdul Kalam's memorial to the nation. Dr. Kalam's memorial in front of this great laboratory is truly befitting, and I am sure that it will inspire countless people from all walks of life every day. Thank you very much for inviting me to these laboratories and giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your highly enlightening and inspiring address.